Hey, less lethal people, and Happy New Year. I know it's a week into it. I'm very sorry I haven't put out a video in a long time. I've had a crazy holiday time. My father's been in and out with some strokes and things like that. It's been a lot of work for me, and then with getting things ready for the family and the friends and dinners and stuff like that. It was a very, very busy last month and a half or so. So hopefully now I'll be able to get back into the swing of more videos and stuff. And I've ordered a bunch of power kits. I told you guys in the last video, this year I'm going to be focusing mostly on the HDP50. I ordered some more kinetics. I want to get some more holsters made, and I want to go in that route. I really want to focus. A lot of guys out there are focusing on the larger stuff like the Vulcans, the CQMF, which I love, by the way. They're actually fantastic when modified. Some guys are focusing on the HDB, the HDX, all those other things. I want to focus on concealed carry. That's my big thing. I really like concealed carry. I was never a real big rifle guy. I've always been a big pistol guy, so I like the concealed carry thing. So that's where I'm going with the HDP 50, and right now with the HDR68, maybe the HDR 52. However, for concealed carry, I like the HDP 50 better. It's easier to conceal carry, although I've done it with the HDR 50. This is very difficult to conceal carry, but I have found some ways to do that. I am exploring some other holsters, some shoulder rigs and stuff. I'll be getting some in the future that work for the Taurus Raging Hunter, which is a very similar size to this. So this particular marker, pepper ball gun, when modified, may fit in there and it may work. We're going to do a couple of videos on that coming up. So I want to start off tonight by talking about a few things. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube lately, even though I haven't been making them. I've been watching them and listening to them. And I've been looking at all the stuff that's out there, and considering I am focusing on concealed carry, I do have a lot of experience with real concealed carry, and I'm transferring it to the less lethal area. And when I think about the things that are out there as far as pistol launches that in my opinion are worth carrying, there's only one or two. The others, I don't know how I feel about concealed carrying them. So let's start with the Byrna. The Byrna, as far as I am concerned, is a real hit and miss marker. And I've watched DK's videos lately, and he says the same thing. The customer service and the reliability, if they're claiming you have to use their Connect, which is total bullcrap. That'd be like me buying a SIG and saying I can only use SIG ammo in it. I can't use Blazer brass or something. It's just not, it's bullcrap on their part. It's them covering their butt, meaning they don't want to give you a new marker or fix theirs for free. Okay, so right off the bat, they're scam artists. Second of all, I've dealt with them twice in the past. Their customer service for me was not wonderful at all. Same thing. They want you to pay, even under warranty, they want you to pay money to ship it out to them. If your thing breaks and you should be covering it. That's it. I know when I build a marker for somebody, if it breaks, I cover shipping back because that thing's not supposed to break. Okay, that's my reputation on the line. And there have been one or two guys where something happened with an O-ring or this or that, send back, you're getting another one, I'm covering the ship. I'd rather lose money on the shipping than to lose a customer and make somebody have something have a bad experience. Listen, all of us, I'm sure I could tell you, DK could tell you, we spend more money practicing and tinkering and doing than we could ever possibly get making these things, one or two here and there and selling them. It's just, that's the way it is. We buy our toys, we practice, and I know at the end of the day, money is scarce for everybody. Nobody wants to get burned. Shame on Burner for having a company like that. Number two, it's just not that reliable. I had two that broke on me under regular conditions, just using like a regular riot ball, not even a heavy riot ball, like a 3-gram riot ball. One of the issues I had, my trigger, it's a MIM part, metal inject molded. The trigger just snapped right on it when I pulled it. It just snapped. It was a weak point. So Burner, to me, not only is it underpowered, it's not reliable, and the customer service is garbage. So right out the window, that goes for concealed carry. I couldn't depend my life on that thing. The next thing, Grimberg Gavel is out there. I think it's a great marker. That's the king, the most powerful marker stock I think that you can get. It's awesome. I would carry that personally. The only two issues I have with that is, number one, you can only shoot round projectiles, which that's okay. It doesn't bother me. I've used their jewels before. They hit hard. They're gonna ruin someone's day. And the fact that it doesn't have a quick puncture yet, they still have the twist, which is kind of older technology. Those are really the only two drawbacks. I don't even mind the fact that you can't reload the thing, because listen, if you're any less lethal, I don't care. If you're at a situation where you would need to reload, you're using the wrong tool. So it makes no difference that you can't reload that they're screwed in there. That's fine. It's just, and I don't like the proprietary, the CO2 with the threads on it. It makes it a little more difficult. You can't just go to your Tractor Supply and buy threaded CO2s. So to me, that's a little bit annoying. However, it's a great marker. Their customer service is excellent. Every single time I've ordered stuff from Grimberg, and he messages you right back himself on Messenger. I mean, their customer service is excellent. Their products are very good quality. And so that's one that I would consider as a concealed carry. It's a decent size. I would like to get one this year when the funds pick up. That's on my to get list for concealed carry. So Grimberg Gavel is a yes, Burn is a no. Moving on. The three Umarex pistols that I could think of, the HDP50, the HDR50, and the HDR68. All three are phenomenal. All three are very easy to maintain. All three use regular CO2 that you could get anywhere of a 12 gram. All three are easily modifiable. The fact that there's detents now that I make that are out there for the HDP50 makes that fantastic for concealed carry. It is not the most powerful. It's not more powerful than a Grimberg, that's for sure. However, it is definitely adequate. It definitely has the capability of modifying in many different ways. It's concealable to carry, it's affordable, and it's reliable. So, and that goes for all three of them, the revolvers and the pistol. The only one that's a little difficult to conceal is this big one right here. However, we're going to work on that this year. TCP FSC. It's a little bit big also, like the HDR68 to conceal carry. My problem with the TCP and the FSC is that I don't feel it's always 100% reliable. I have had issues with every single one that I've used. Occasionally there's a leak, there's a misfeed, there's a mag pound, there's not all the time, but enough times to say, if I had to bet my life on that thing, would I want to do it right away? And the answer is no. Okay. Those T4E 43 caliber markers, the drawback with them is they're extremely underpowered. You can use pepper balls, and with the right pepper balls, if you're interested in just using kinetics, I would say no. If you're interested in just using pepper balls, I'd say possibly. So the TCP and the FSC for concealed carry gets a thumbs down for me. The T4E 43 caliber gets a middle of the road. It gets a thumbs down for power. However, it gets a middle thumb for chemical rounds. And I got to be honest with you, I know the Burner is going to give you a 68 cal. First of all, the old Burner and those 43s are just about the same power, especially if you put the spring in. Now, the new Burner LE is a different story. You get one powerful shot, the first one out of it. But then it drops significantly after that. Granted, 68 calibers are more payload. However, if the thing is not reliable, the only thing I like about the T4E is obviously aftermarket support is good for it, and you can get those quick pierce magazines. And what's good is on all of them, you can put a CO2 cartridge in. If you did have to do a quick reload, which, like I said, I think that's bogus with less lethal, you could. So for me, the thumbs up are HDR, HDP50, HDR68, Grimberg Gavel. Those are the 3 thumbs up. The other stuff gets a thumbs down. The T4E line, I don't know yet. It's middle of the road, it's just underpowered. However, the aftermarket support is good for it because they're specific models. And at the end of the day, I will use this adage for you. In the firearm community, we have always said a 22 that you carry with you is better than a 44 Magnum that sits in the safe at home because it's too awkward to carry. So if you don't have anything and you only have those 43 markers, I want you to think. Don't let people tell you, oh, that's a piece of crap, blah, 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 it's useless. You got to use your brain. You got to train with it different than you would with the others. If you're using those 43 markers, you have to only use chemical rounds and good chemical rounds. The only ones I find that are decent are Lancer Tactical. I don't know if there's any others out there. I haven't seen any, but if there are, feel free to tell me. And you have to train with it. You have to only do headshots with that thing. That's a headshot, Lancer Tactical, and it's 8 pepper balls. If you need something after that, you better be carrying something else on you, or have a Crambit and know how to use it, or something like that. Or you just need to use it to get the hell out of there. And it's better at the end of the day to carry that .43 caliber with pepper balls and a can of pepper gel in your pocket to back you up than it is to have a fully modified FSC that's not reliable and too big and heavy to carry, and you leave it home 90% of the time or 80% of the time, because the one time you need it, you might not have it with you because you're wearing clothes that you can't conceal it on. So people who are telling you these 43 calibers are useless, nothing is useless. Something is better than a sharp stick, and a sharp stick is better than nothing. But you need to train with it. We've been down that road a bunch of times. Now, getting off that topic for a few minutes, and people can argue with me. I mean, maybe, I don't know everything, but I can definitely tell you having something is better than nothing. If you can only afford a certain thing, or you only have a certain thing, you must work with that thing and become useful with it, right? Same thing, if you can't afford a marker, go out and get yourself some good pepper gel. It's not bad to have both, pepper gel and the marker. Pepper gel for if the person doesn't stop after they're a distance from you and you use your marker and it doesn't work, now you have your pepper gel if they're advancing on you. So you have to think, backup, right? Next, I found these really cool BK kinetics are a blast to shoot for my HDR68. And I got a metal pan tonight, and I got a pretty good metal pan tonight. And I put some BK kinetics in here. And these fit pretty tight, so I gotta really push them out. Sorry, I'm doing it off camera. Let me get it out there. Can't even get it out there. I got these ones in here. My finger's too big for the hole. These are the ones designed for the TCP stock barrel. They fit pretty snug in here. I'm gonna drop one down the barrel for you here. So here it is right here. Let me see if I can focus it. Right there, I'm gonna push it down and it comes down right to the back here and I'll pull it out. So this to me is a perfect bore match. It just slides down and you hear the air. So let's see what we get with something like this. Now, I'm gonna lower you here a minute. Going around to my, oh, there we go. So now you guys could see, I'll drop you down a little here. We got the tin right here. I drilled a little hole up top here. I was gonna hang it, but then I realized it would just flop back and forth. So I taped it up over here. I'm interested to see from about, I don't know, let me see how far back I'm gonna go. Let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go back 10 feet, okay? 10 feet. So I'm going back 10 feet, come. So I just installed my BK Kinetics in here. Fire it up. These are really cheap CO2 cartridges too. I think these are the, I got like a deal from Vulcan, like 100 cartridges for something. So let's see what they do anyway. I'm going right at the metal pan. Let's do all 5 shots. We'll do one at a time. Let's see the first one. So, that was freaking awesome. Anybody that tells me the HDR68 is not a bruiser. I don't want to take my phone off the thing. Look at that. Right through, and it bounced off the the barrel. And I'm telling you, I'm rubbing my finger on the barrel inside here. It's protruding into the barrel. Guys, I don't know. I promise you, I know I'm talking here so the CO2 is building up. Guys, this is modified with, I modify it a little differently. I take the valve block out like everybody does, and I just take one of the CO2 restrictors and I install it in here. I do not change the pin. I leave the stock pin. And I put a mil-sig O-ring on the bumper here. That's how I modify this. I get like 10 shots out of this thing, maybe more. And we're gonna keep going at this thing and see what happens. So it doesn't matter which Home Defense 24 kit you buy. It doesn't matter if you buy the one for the HDP50, the HDR50. You don't, first of all, I've noticed I measured both the HDP50 Home Defense 24 pin and the HDR68 one. The pins are the same pins that they come with. I believe they're the same size when I measured them. I don't even change the pin. The pin is bull crap, it does nothing. I just use the CO2 restrictor. I pull out the valve block, I put the mil-sig O-ring in, and I lube everything up. That was shot 1. I know these are well over 30 joules. You don't need to spend $500 for something over 30 joules. This is way more affordable, and I'm telling you, this will knock somebody's block off. Number 2. Oh, that was a dry fire, nothing was in there. I was on the same, so I spun it with my finger. All right, let's go. Next one. 2. Let's go for 3. 3. I'm gonna have a big mess to clean up in here. 4. So that's it's the fifth shot, but the fourth one because I fired one on an empty hole. I didn't spin the cylinder. I spun the cylinder with my finger when I was talking to you. Fifth round. Good God. Good God. So when we take this off, you're going to see the damage. I mean, this is 5 rounds, guys. Now, I'm destroying my BK kinetics, and I just destroyed 5 of them. I am not going to destroy another 5. So, I'm going to put cheap rubber ball. Now, these are really light. I don't even think they're 2 grams. These are the ones that they come with, those little training ones. When you buy the marker, they give you those little kind of like hard rubber ones. So I'm going to finish off. I want to see how many shots I really get out of this. I'm afraid to even shoot the metal with it because I know it's going to bounce back and hit really hard. I'm going to cover my eyes for this one because I don't have glasses. Oh, that dented right on the rim. All right, let's finish off these rounds. So that's what, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 shots so far with this thing. Well, 11 because I did the misfire. All right, so let's see, 11. More rubber balls. Oh, here's the one I'll reuse at 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 total, right? This is the 3rd magazine. I'm afraid to shoot at the metal again because I'm afraid it'll bounce back and hit me in. I'll do it. Oh, miserable. So if you're gonna use the BK kinetics, I would put this up against a lot of stuff, I'm sorry. If you're gonna use rubber balls, you're still gonna ruin someone's day. And that was it, 15 shots. The last one sounded pretty weak. So if you want to modify this the best, all you do is you take out the valve block, you put in a CO2 restrictor, and you call it a day. And you get yourself BK kinetics. Now, let's go, because I got a mess to clean up. This has been a long video. Let's see if I got it. Well, here's one of the BK kinetics here I want to show you. Yeah, I'll just cut off the pan. Oh, so, poor target. You are not going to, first of all, before I even show you the pan, and before I even clean my mess up, let me try to bring you down here a little. I want you to look. You know, after it went through the metal pan, you know these targets, what they are. So now let's look at our metal pan. From BK Kinetics. Every single one of the 6 shot, because 1 shot I took one on an empty cylinder. So you know the first 6 shots, and you get 5 per magazine. You know the first 6 shots, what they're going to do. You cannot tell me that these are not going to stop somebody, especially if you get them in the moneymaker. So anyway, guys, I know it was a long video. The proof is in the pudding here. It's not a $500 marker by any means, but I'll be damned. I swear by that, and I swear, and I'm gonna tell you something. I can do the same with the HDP 50 that I make with a round ball. I've done it already. I will have a video on that later on. So anyway, guys, talk to you soon.